Some musicians stand in the spotlight, while others power the moment. This man was never just a drummer. It was a force that was loud, soulful, and relentless. From funk to rock, from gospel roots to revolutionary stages, he helped reshape what rhythm could sound like in popular music. Yet history often remembers the stars he stood beside, and not the fire that he brought with him. This is the story of a man who was the groove behind the revolution, and a legacy that still echoes through modern music. The centerpiece of today's video is all about Buddy Miles. Now let's take a moment to thank the person that was able to make this video happen. I would like to extend a special shout out to Mr. Washington. Now Mr. Washington has been following me and supporting me heavily for a while now. Not only have he requested 2 videos prior, but in total, this is his 5th video he requested. So again, thank you Mr. Washington for supporting me and my channel and being able to make these videos happen. Now before we start, let's be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and push that notification bell to be sure you won't miss out on any more uploads. Now without further ado, let's cue that intro. Buddy Miles was born George Allen Miles Jr. in Omaha, Nebraska on September 5th, 1947. Music surrounded him from the beginning. His father was a jazz musician and his mother was a gospel singer. By the age of 9, Buddy was already performing professionally, sitting behind the drums with confidence far beyond his years. Church, jazz clubs, and rhythm and blues stages became his classroom. Music wasn't just a dream. It was a responsibility. He was given the nickname Buddy by his aunt, after the drummer Buddy Rich. He was often seen as a teenager hanging out and recording at Universal Promotion Corporation studios. As a teenager, Miles toured with legends such as Wilson Pickett and Diana Ross, learning the realities of the music industry very early. He absorbed everything from stage presence to discipline and the unspoken politics of being a black musician navigating through segregated America. By the time most drummers were still practicing, Miles was already seasoned. He dropped out of high school in 1965 to pursue a professional music career. In 1998, he received an honorary degree from the school. In the late 60s, Buddy joined the Electric Flag, which was a racially integrated band blending rock, soul, blues, and jazz. The group was ahead of its time. Buddy's drumming was heavy, expressive, and aggressive. He refused to stay confined to the traditional rock or R&B patterns. Even then, it was clear Buddy Miles didn't play time. He played with attitude. Miles met Jimi Hendrix in 1964 when he was just 16 years old, during a gig in Montreal, when both men were sidemen for other acts. In 1967, Miles joined Hendrix for a jam section at Stephen Stills' Malibu house. They also reunited in 1968, performing in Los Angeles and New York. Miles relocated to Chicago that same year, and he formed the Electric Flag, which was a blues, soul, and rock band with guitarist Mike Bloomfield and vocalist Nick Gravenites. In addition to playing drums, Miles occasionally performed lead vocals for the band. In early 1968, the band released A Long Time Coming, which was their debut album for Columbia Records. The Electric Flag's second album was An American Music Band, that was released late the same year. The group broke up shortly after its release. When the band broke up, Miles was just 21 years old, and he formed a new band with Jim McCarty, who subsequently became the guitarist for Cactus. This new outfit was known as Buddy Miles Express, and he played and recorded under that same name. In 1970, after the Buddy Miles Express broke up, Miles began a collaboration with Jimi Hendrix and bassist Billy Cox. Buddy Miles' most famous chapter came when Jimi Hendrix formed the band The Gypsies. Buddy helped Jimi push his music into a darker, funkier territory. The result was revolutionary. Recorded live at the Fillmore East, the band The Gypsies' performances introduced a heavier, more rhythmic form of rock, one that was deeply rooted in funk and soul. Buddy's drumming was thunderous. His vocals was raw and commanding, but the chemistry, it was undeniable. Creative tensions, industry pressures, and personal struggles led to the band's short lifespan, but its influence will last forever. Now, for more details about the band The Gypsies, then I highly suggest you checking out my tribute video to Jimi Hendrix. Buddy Miles was outspoken, confident, and sometimes confrontational. In an industry that rewarded silence, Buddy spoke loudly. Some labeled him as difficult. Others saw a man demanding respect. The truth lives somewhere in between, an artist unwillingly to shrink himself to fit expectations. After the band The Gypsies, Buddy launched a successful solo career, forming the Buddy Miles Express. Albums like Them Changes blended funk, rock, and soul with emotional honesty. The title track became a timeless anthem that was sampled, covered, and rediscovered by new generations. Buddy wasn't just chasing trends, he was documenting life. Despite his talent, Buddy Miles' career faced setbacks. Health issues, substance struggles, and shifting musical trends made a mainstream success seem difficult. Yet, he never stopped performing. Music remained his anchor. Unfortunately, Miles served jail time for grand theft in the late 70s, followed by another term for vehicle theft in the early 80s. While residing in a halfway home in Oakland, California, Miles commuted every day to San Rafael to work with a small group of musicians and composers at the Ice Home Studios. The project quickly proceeded to the recording plant, where a trio that included Miles recorded over 15 songs ranging from funky, soulful beats to R&B ballads. However, during the album's creation, the record plant was seized by the government after its owner was indicted on drug trafficking charges. The artists and workers who worked there started calling the studio Club Fed, which led to the term the Club Fed sections. And as you can imagine, the album was never released. Buddy Miles' influence reaches far beyond funk or rock. Drummers admire his power, producers study his groove, and artists borrow his fusion of emotion and rhythm. Without Buddy Miles, the bridge between funk and rock looks very different. Until his passing, Miles remained active musically, performing numerous events with earnings benefiting national disaster victims and other humanitarian organizations. Buddy Miles was inducted into the National Rhythm and Blues Hall of Fame on June 23, 2019 as a member of Band of Gypsies. He also received a solo introduction into the National Rhythm and Blues Hall of Fame on October 6, 2014. Sadly, Buddy Miles passed away on February 26, 2008 at the age of 60. His passing marked the loss of a musician who never compromised his sound, even when it cost him. Buddy Miles wasn't meant to be polished, he was meant to be felt. His drumming shook stages, his voice carried the truth, and his music bridged worlds together. And today, as funk, rock, and soul continue to evolve, Buddy Miles' heartbeat still lives inside the groove. Now before we go, I have a question for you all. What is your favorite song by Buddy Miles? Before I go, I want to take a second to promote my Discord. Over here, I provide a safe space for my supporters. We discuss music of all genres. You can provide me feedback on recent uploads, etc. If that interests you, then go ahead and check me out. The link is in my bio. While I have y'all here, if you would like to support the channel further, then feel free to become a member. By doing so, you help make these videos possible. I thank each and every one of you who supported me along this journey.